material before we're actually on the air. That's nonsense. That's crazy talk. And speaking of which, welcome everyone.
Hi.
It's 9:04. Thank you to everyone who stuck through the end of Chico and the Man. What's on Joe Mind? It's time. It's Tuesday night. I hope you didn't have anything constructive planned because we're going to race the rest of your evening. We'll be back after you watch our kick-ass theme music. Welcome back. Again, we're What's on Joe Mind. We are a fan cast about the world of G.I. Joe. I'm your host, Mike Irizarry. How's everybody doing this evening?
Oh, fine.
Good. I'm a little disappointed that Riptide was preempted for this show, but I'll catch it next week as it's regularly scheduled time. I'll check my local listings.
Any day of the week, we will beat Riptide. Any day.
I think so. This may not be a preemption that honestly they may be bumped to a less favorable time slot.
To be quite honest, anytime that someone is preempting Riptide, it's a good night.
Now, can you guys explain to me what Riptide is?
It's a bad detective show that was on NBC.
I'm joking. I'm some kid here. I don't know what you're talking about.
There was a helicopter. There was a computer nerd. It was a sight to see.
Ahead of its time?
No. Behind it. It's way behind it.
Okay, but those people would be wrong. But anyhow, as you can see, the honcho is on assignment tonight, and Joe Colton, of course, still on maternity, figuring out where her crazy job fits with what we're doing. But still with us, Racktime Rob. He's in the bottom row tonight because I don't want to, we have two guests. I don't want to block their faces when I go to the full screen with the graphics. So Racktime Rob is stuck in the bottom row, in the bottom corner. Forget that guy. Ain't no comic books right now, so that Goldbrick's been getting on reputation for a little too long.
Fine, I'll just sit and read.
Right. But here in the top row is our very special guest. You may know him as a honcho of a different sort. He is the man behind Codename Iowa and the showrunner for Assembly Required in Des Moines, Iowa, which is, again, for lovers. Brian Sowers.
It is for lovers, that's for sure. Thank you.
No one else is applauding.
Glad to be here. Thanks for the warm welcome.
Right. It amazes me that a whole year has gone by. Like I always make it a point to reach out to you before Assembly Required is a thing, and then just like I blinked or I took a nap or something, and suddenly it's October again, and here we are leading up to Assembly Required. So my apologies on that.
No worries whatsoever. I am still having a hard time fathoming that it's October myself, and we stopped counting months and now we're counting weeks, and when we start to count days, that's when the real panic will happen. So,
yeah. Well, we figured we needed to get you in soon for anybody who be on the fence to help them make up their mind to go. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
More
the merrier.
Yeah, it doesn't help us if we're doing the Halloween show.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that ain't helping. Anyways, below Brian, it's a double-decker Brian.
That's right.
Mr. Lower, Hood Cobra Commander 788, apparently didn't have enough to talk about tonight, so he's decided to continue his return to the Tuesday live stream by subbing for Mark tonight. So applause there too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey, I was just warming up. My show is just the warm up.
Right.
I hear you're going to do a dramatic reenactment of the Chico and the Man we were supposed to get tonight.
I was going to, but it was an episode with a striptease, so it's going to be especially titillating for your audience.
Just imagine that done by Jack Albertson.
As nobody knows what Rob's talking about.
Jack
This is
Albertson.
why you're on the bottom, Rob.
Yeah. Jack Albertson, of course, played the man, and he was also Grandpa Joe in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So put that image in your head.
Thank you for the thank you for the visuals.
You're welcome, America.
Right. But Lobo 2 with the note, Brian Sauer didn't get the memo to wear glasses.
Yeah, I got a new script and I hate wearing them, so I'm not wearing them.
There you go. If I could get away with it, I wouldn't wear them either. So
yeah.
I'm in that spot in my life where I need them for distance, and I absolutely do not need them for up close. And the computer monitor is right on the line.
Yep.
It's right on the line. So if I sat a little bit closer to the machine, I probably wouldn't need glasses, but it's all the way over there.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's got a big head. Like, it would probably frighten children if I sat in the monitor. So we don't need that sort of thing. Aaron Galgan, God help me. I understand everything Ragtime Rob is. Sorry, brother. We tried. Anyways, if you're catching us on Facebook tonight, be sure to give us some kind of an emoji. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart. Give us a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. And of course, if you're catching us on YouTube, do all the cool YouTube stuff. Like the channel or like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Do all those cool YouTube things. Leave a big boy comment in the section. That section. Share us in all of your various social media circles, be those Facebook groups or Reddit posts or what have you. Let's keep getting the word out. We're going to grow as much as you guys decide we're going to grow. So that's all we can do is ask you for a couple extra clicks. But what do you say? We deceptively deep show tonight. What do you say we get into the calendar?
Here we go.
Oh, I scrolled past the one. Okay, here we go.
Brutal just cut.
Shipless Layout. Shipless Layout.
That's right. And if you've got a show you need to share with us, that was the email address you want to send it to. whatsonjoemind@gmail.com. That is always the best way to get a hold of us for something with the show. No matter what it is, whether it's community calendar, whether it's a custom you want to share, whether it's a letter you want us to read on mail call, that's where you want it to go. We're on all those other social media, see down below, but I can't promise you that I'm going to be able to keep it organized enough over the course of the week to do that. That's the downside to doing 68 different social medias. It's
Just do what I do.
No, I can't do that, Rob, because then no one would know.
I have nothing.
Yeah, Ragtime Rob, famously absent from social media, has an email that he checks once every 4 years. When there's an Olympics, he knows to check his email.
I check my email every day.
I mean, not your work email. That doesn't count.
For the
Yeah,
Olympics,
my regular
what event
email.
are you in?
It's on my phone.
Brian O says, got to use shiftless layabouts in a conversation at work last week, and I couldn't have been happier.
Excellent.
That has been a phrase in our lexicon for years now. Years. Well, long before the show, even. This is going back a ways. That's the thing. When Ragtime Rob joined the program, everybody really needed to understand that this is a show that leans heavily on repetition, and it was only going to get worse. Somebody who I've had in-jokes with for 45 plus years, and I'm thinking longer than 45. I just can't remember back that far. So yeah, it's It's yeah. Matt Rubin with public safety message. Bad idea to have YouTube on the PC screen and Facebook streaming on the phone at the same time with the psychedelic lights.
I think that's why they had to edit those episodes of Pokemon.
I think that was an episode of Chico and the Man.
Yeah.
That was the one where Chico and the Man found common ground despite their drastically, radically different upbringings. Anyways. First up on the old calendar. This Saturday, it's the Indiana Toy and Comic Expo out at the Monroe County Convention Center in Bloomington, Indiana.
That's Sunday.
Is it Sunday? My bad.
Yeah.
October 15th. Always go with the date. Never trust me on day of the week. Always go with the date. October 1-5. 10 to 4, $8 gets you in the door. That kind of rhymes. Should stick with that. 10 to 4, 8 gets you in the door.
Hey-o.
Something like that.
Sure.
Why not? It couldn't possibly be less entertaining than we were just there. So I'm sure they've got in this. We're just idea men. We're not here to put it all on stage. I'm on the anyways, I got lost in the comments. Jake Rose says he'll see you there, but sadly no free parking. I don't know. I haven't been to the Indiana Toy and Comic Expo for a little while. So it's possible that parking is still free. It was way back in the day when we were at the first one and the couple of them that I've been to since then. So
I hope so. I can do the $8, but I can't pay for parking. I'm not made of money.
Right. We're all about helping people make a living, but let's get serious. Anyways, moving forward. The following week, we are at the Washington State Toy Show. That is on October 21. That's a Saturday, right?
Yes.
Damn it, Rob! You have one job, and you're not getting it done. The Jake Rose, he met Washington State. He hit early. Indiana might well be free. Well, maybe, because Lord knows there isn't enough in Indiana to pay for parking anywhere. Like even the Pacers aren't that good where I wouldn't pay for parking. So, yeah. Anyhow, Washington State Toy Show. That is October 21. You can find out all the details at watoyshow.com. It is in Vancouver, Washington, at the Clark County Event Center. And look at that guest list of G.I. Joe celebrity. Bill Ratner, Mary McDonald Lewis, Michael Bell, B.J. Ward, Neil Ross, all in attendance. That is one hell of a Joe convention. That's
an all-star lineup. That's impressive.
It is. That's Brian, you got any of these folks out coming to assembly?
No, I don't. Not at all. They're all well passed me by for Washington.
You got like 2 weeks to swoop in there, though.
I know. It's Des Moines, Iowa. Sometimes it's a hard sell to the rich and famous.
Ask them if they like corn.
Yes.
If you can't pretend to like corn if you're not willing to go to Des Moines.
It's true.
I've been to Des Moines. Sadly, I have not been to assembly required, but that's more my bad.
Well, got to correct that. Got to fix that someday.
I know.
It's just a short, 8-hour drive, 9-hour drive?
It is 8 and change from Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And it was for many years. I bring it up every year, but for many years I worked in the travel business.
Mm-hmm.
November is just not when you're able to travel yourself when you're in the travel business. So that wiped it out. Like it was just not a possibility for a long time. And now, unfortunately, I'm just stuck in a job with terrible hours. So they couldn't get. I tried to get the time, and I was flatly denied.
Wow.
Like, hey, no. I was like, Okay.
You wanna pass your boss's email over to me, and I'll have a conversation. I'll write you a note.
Well, I've got. Wait, I can help with this. I've got a message for your boss, and also for anybody who's not subscribed to the show. You know, most bad things that happen to people not subscribed to the show. Okay,
True.
so I'm not saying
Most
that
people
if
are not
you don't subscribe, something bad's going to happen to you.
Most people are not subscribed, and look what a shit show the world is out there.
Exactly. So yeah, I feel like this is a winning argument. You'll slide right through.
How much more peaceful would the world be if everybody was just tuned in here right now every Tuesday? We know that for 2 hours, most everybody would be asleep.
Yeah, see? Absolutely. See, crime rates would go down, poverty rates would not go down, but nobody would notice, so it would still be fine.
Michael Gene Fleming notes that is a terrible abuse of statistics, and I love it. We love it too.
Yeah.
That's all we can do with numbers is abuse them horribly. There we go.
But anyway, yeah, Washington State Toy Show looks pretty awesome. That's an all-star lineup.
Yeah. So again, as Jake Rose says, he is offering discounts if you show up in a "What's on Joe Mind" shirt. So be sure to put him to task. We'll have news on shirts coming up later in the broadcast. This week is another week where T Public's doing their crazy ass 35% off sale. So like all the shirts are $16.
When I was a guest on Toy Domination last week, I did wear my my What's on Joe Mind shirt with Mr. Weber's face on it. So I was representing. I plugged the damn show. I was going to wear this tonight, but I mean, obvious reasons, I went with a different choice.
No, I get you. You don't necessarily want to wear the shirt of the show that you're on. Like
it's like wearing the band shirt of the band you're going to see. No, that's you got to wear something represent a deeper broader breadth of interest here. So we're representing I think something appropriate, like your show though, your shirt there though, Mike. That's a good choice.
Right, it's a high quality shirt. I can't say as I've ever heard of the program, but people tell me it's okay.
I hear that most bad things that happen to people not subscribed to that show. So watch out.
Seems a little sus, sketchy, little sketch.
Soft math right there.
Draws Walker 9 advises if you aren't familiar with Vancouver, Washington, traffic via the 15 bridge leading Portland can be brutal. So there you have it. The 15 is jammed.
50's jammed.
Don't go that way. It's jammed. I think just getting out of Portland is they make Portland deliberately difficult to get into and get out of because they're trying to keep you there. It's all part of that whole keep Portland weird motto they have. It's the inbreeding.
That is an odd motto.
I'm making friends all over the country tonight, aren't I?
You're not helping yourself. Like the 3 people from Portland, Oregon subscribed to the show have now unsubscribed. Look, you're working against your own interests here.
It's always fun. I always shudder to check our subscriber count the day after. And it's funny because it almost always drops 2 or 3 the day after we do the TeamStream, and then I'll come back on Thursday and it'll go up 3 or 4. So we'll always come out 1 ahead. It just always strikes me funny. Like we
have an update on the traffic situation.
Yeah,
it was not 15; it's I-5, Interstate 5. So notoriously jammed.
Yeah. My bad. Sorry about that, Truss. Sorry, my mistake. Not familiar with the turf. I am all like the eastern half of the U.S., I've got a pretty good lay of the land. But once you get past that pesky river, I got some time on in Kansas City, and past that, I really haven't been there. Agent Chuckles, our friend James, I-5 makes him glad that he lives on an island. We had him on the show a couple weeks ago, and yeah, he's in the middle of nowhere, way out. But so, anyways, my apologies for the inbreeding Portland jokes. I mean, not
We all know we're saving those for Idaho.
right.
All right.
All of our friends from Arkansas are wondering what problem is you have with inbreeding.
Brian, who's the big state rivalry for Iowa?
For
Big
Iowa,
Yeah.
Minnesota. I mean, I think Minnesota. There's some hatred there. Missouri, not really. Missouri is just
Yeah.
Missouri everything rolls downhill, and Missouri's downhill.
Yeah, Missouri likes to square off with Illinois, so that's it's not them. And Indiana has Kentucky, so yeah, Minnesota makes sense because it keeps that whole north-south thing going.
Kind of, yeah, or north-north, because
well, yeah, but you're
not really
you're
little,
immediately south of them.
yeah.
Makes sense, right? I mean, both of your football teams are kind of cruddy. Hawkeyes are okay this year.
Yeah.
Good start.
That's giving them a little credit, a little too much credit. I don't know if it was a good start. They started. I mean, yeah, they've won some games, but
No, look, that's all you can.
That's more. That's more than my alma mater's done. So that's all right.
But at least you win the games against the crappy teams on your schedule. Great.
Right. And then we face a good team, and we don't show up ever at all.
That's
yeah,
of course, man.
Yeah.
Par for the course. That is the life as a bottom team in a top conference. You're going to win 6 or 7 games. You're going to go to a bowl game. You're going to generate a lot of revenue and have a great old time, but you're not really challenging for a title.
No.
That'll
we could hope. We could dream.
Right. I'm not saying you don't take that opportunity if it comes, but you got to look.
Oh yeah.
Got to bring them on it.
Yeah, realistic expectations. That's how I would describe going into any season of the Hawkeye football.
Like Rob's, he's an Indiana alum, so they aren't aware that football has started yet.
Oh,
certainly the offensive line isn't.
Right. I went to Southeast Missouri State University. So yeah. Made the division the FCS or FCS playoffs last year, but smaller school, different game. Anyhow, moving forward.
I'm glad we had that interlude.
We're getting out a couple of weeks, but hey, nobody sends me stuff, so this is what I got. November 11th, the Super Toy Events Ohio Ultimate Toy Expo. That is from 10 to 5. Admission is $5 all day at the Canfield Fairgrounds in Canfield, Ohio. Plenty, as you can see there, vendor space is still available. So if you got stuff to sell and you're somewhere around Canfield, Ohio, we got somebody who needs to talk to you. Torpedo Mike asks, if you haven't caught some heat from what's on Joe Mind, are you really a fan? We do tend to spread it around, don't we? I really pick on the Canadians more than most, but it's a loving kind of tease, right?
sure it is.
I'm watching now. Uh-huh. Nice. But yeah, that's what we got for community calendar. Because again, nobody sends us anything except for Matt Rubin. So thanks to Matt Rubin. We appreciate him. We know he's on board. He's a good mensch, that Matt Rubin. So nobody says anything. Come on, help me out here.
I'm trying to figure out where Canfield, Ohio is.
Yeah.
I have no idea. There's a major city in each corner of Ohio. So tell me which one it's close to, Rob.
Let's say Canfield is a city in central Mahoning County, Ohio. That doesn't tell me much. It is a suburb about 8 miles southwest of Youngstown.
Okay, so northwestern corner of Ohio.
Okay.
Which, again, from Matt Rubin, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
As he is in western Pennsylvania, so.
Well, that'd be closer to us than it would be to him.
Sean Russell says, I haven't been banned in months. I don't remember banning you ever.
Yeah. What would we ban him for?
I don't know.
Try harder.
Right. Like he's one of our Sweet 16 swear jarriers. We wouldn't be banning him for any real reason. He has to go. He'd have to really get on a list at that point. But Firefly says he's quiet tonight because he's listening and cleaning a law and an AGP to re-sticker.
All right.
That's an unfortunate pair of evils. I mean, again, not here to tell you what to like, but those are not high on my personal list.
Yeah, if they need stickers, though, you need stickers. You know, I have unfortunately chose to be uncompletist. Not that I have everything complete yet, but I have lots of stuff that I don't like. If it needs stickers, you got to re-sticker it.
I have a couple of AGPs. I do not have a single law.
You're not missing much.
No, it's really
it's a pretty static piece of plastic there.
I think static is a generous term. I think boring is the correct one.
I just want to know how you've been able to dodge one for this long. Like, one just didn't show up at your doorstep somehow, or wander in off the street.
It's literally dodging them, right? It like throwing them at you, but they're not real big. Even I can get out of the way.
Yeah, I feel the same way about like buzz bores and a couple other vehicles. Those aren't things you go out to buy. You pick up, lots and boxes here and there, and they just come with them. People are just trying to get rid of them with other stuff. You're getting this stuff. Here's a law. Here's a buzz bore. Take these two.
The law was inherited from a friend in 1994.
1994.
Did not buy, would not buy.
Well, look, if somebody was selling it for like what it cost back in 1986,
I'd still pass.
Yeah,
I'd still pass.
That's $6 could get me a quarter pounder.
Right. But anyways, Matt Rubin says if a law wandered in off the street, it's time to change the laws. And just think that got a reissue. That one showed up in the 25th.
Yeah, it did. Walmart exclusive.
And the club did one too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. Every time.
Oh my God. The law has lore. That's reaching deep.
Lore. Lawre. Lore. We'll run with it. We'll go with it. Anyways, that's it for community calendar.
Yeah.
Brutal just cut.
Game one twice. Some bull crap on my part. I hit the wrong button. My bad.
That's it. On to the underdog discussion.
Ooh, the LSD just kicked in. That's awesome.
I love that one.
I know I shouldn't have gotten the really hot wings.
But again, if you got a show in your area that you want us to get the word out on, that's the email to send it to. whatsonjoemind@gmail.com. We'll do our best. if you send us something for a show in February, don't be mad at us if we don't plug it every week until February. We'll probably hold off until it gets closer till. Of course, there's another one on there. Like the last several weeks, we've been plugging AR on the community calendar, but we're obviously we're going to hold off on that tonight until we get to main event time. So nobody in the comments talked to me about how we suddenly missed AR. We didn't suddenly miss AR. The AR guy is on the show.
There'll be plenty of time to talk AR.
Right?
Right.
Speaking of AR,
Ruben, first on 2 screens than the intended outro. So there we go. We've got it figured out. Dustin Jeffrey asks, were we the only ones to have Lawman the Law? No, he seems like a natural.
Yeah.
He seems like a natural fit. So I imagine if I had a Law, that'd be my guy. But I don't. So, Anyways, time for the news.
he beat me to it.
I
think he jumped the gun.
For once. Just once. I wanted to do it. I wanted it to be my turn.
You can do it tonight if you want to.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
No, I'm not that interested. Rock can do it. I did it. I did it.
He's out.
Oh, man.
We had him here for. So man has no value to us besides doing news sounds. So why have him here? Why have him here?
And that's why never mind. I didn't realize. Well, I'm not repeating that discussion. It was a blue streak anyway.
That's why a poodle will never be president.
From what I could tell, because again, I'm here in the commander's chair. I get to see everybody in the little windows. I think you were doing you kind of blacked out and we're going off on the Oak Ridge Boys again.
Yeah, it might have been something like that, but not that. See, that wouldn't contribute anything to the show. So it's a good thing that I was cut out. Anyway,
Right.
What are we doing?
I don't know. This is very much a pro Oak Ridge Boys kind of program. So.
We are.
I mean, I guess as much as anybody else. I can't say we go out of our way, but at the same time,
That's it.
At the same time, I wouldn't kick him out.
That's it. I'm just going to fill this show with anti-Oak Ridge Boy vitriol.
Anyways, first news item. Brian, you have to do it because I kicked Rob out.
Oh yeah. That's Morse code. It isn't really. It means nothing.
And you know how much food that guy's caught in his beard? No, sorry.
Anyways, creating G.I. Joe Volume 13 is done on Kickstarter. It is funded. So congratulations to Dan and everyone responsible there. Round of applause.
Hey!
But yeah, so cleared it pretty easily with a few days to go. I think they got a stretch goal unlocked. Happy times all around. Brian Sauer, you in on this one?
I am. I did, and I don't miss his books too often. I think once in the past I've missed one. So, yeah.
That's terrible.
It is.
There's 13 of those things, so it's like I don't think they're ever going to do a hey. If you miss chapter 7, you're like, hey, I don't think that's coming.
Luckily, I know the guy who makes the stuff, so he can hook me up sometimes.
That does help.
Yeah.
I was holding on. I think I'm just hoping that they keep doing the buy them all option, because I couldn't do this one either, but I don't have any of them at all. So when the time comes, just get the big chunk of it all together.
The omnibus,
right? Just get the
The entire Encyclopedia Britannica coming to you, the entire all the volumes.
Right. But apparently Mike didn't want Hoodie to help contribute to the need of the swear jar. I don't.
Yeah.
not
Look, I just booked, my hotel for Des Moines, so I can't afford to be chucking, coins into the swear jar. I'm already down to the bone here.
Right. Swearing is not really a concern when you're on the program. Rachel Salinas notes that we don't speak the name of the Oak Ridge Boys in vain. Her middle name is Elvira. Idea.
Oh God.
Tony Jackson notes the blue streak on when they switched
Darren's on
Bewin.
I'm glad we're covering the important topics, about
Right.
classic
Yeah.
television.
We
And we thought we were going to run shorter without Mark.
right. Look, we never hurt for tangents on this program.
Yeah, boy.
Anyways, next news item.
Do.
Oh yeah. What he said.
Still on Kickstarter, Total Hacks 2 from our friends Brian Hickey and Patty Lennon. That is funding through the 22nd. This one needs your help. So if you're interested in this one at all, please go check it out. This is the comprehensive guide to the Breakaway hit toy line from Boss Fight Studios for Vitruvian Hacks through the masterful craftsmanship, the wonderful photogs of Brian Hickey, and the effortless words of Patty Lennon. Please go check it out. These are the same guys who've done those great action force books. They had great Total Retaliation book. They keep a lot of total things. Totality is their specialty, and they are great friends of the program as well. So please go check out this Kickstarter, and if you're interested, by all means pledge, because we're getting down kind of low, and we need some pledges to shine this one up. So, yeah, get on it.
If we don't pledge, there will be no quickening.
Right. Well, if we don't pledge, so. But Draws Walker notes that Hoodie is making up for the lack of Joe Colton.
I don't even have any illusions that I am 1/10 as attractive or as important to the show as Joe Colton. Let's be real now. But I do what I can. I put on a clean shirt for you guys. I'm really, I'm showing up and I'm doing my best.
Right. I mean, you're stretching from 1 hour on Tuesday to 3, and we don't pay overtime.
Yeah.
You don't validate parking.
I'm going to have to speak to the union. We are union, right? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Sure. I think we try to be. I don't know if they acknowledge us, frankly.
Unaffiliated podcasters, local 184.
That's it. Unaffiliated podcast, local 184.
Sadly, they're less effective than the NFL union. So,
ooh, yeah,
we got nothing.
Philip, I did put on pants. I'm wearing pants. I'm not going to show you though. I'm not standing up. But yes, I'm formal tonight. I could go to a wedding, dressed as I am. I'm ready. I take this seriously. This is a guest spot on an important show. So yes, I wore pants. Not that I'm going to show you.
Puts you ahead of Phil.
You're in Oklahoma, so the fact that you have sleeves on your shirt means that is actually formal wear.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this weddings, funerals. This is great. See, the sleeves go all the way down, almost to the elbow. That's I think for a black tie thing, I have to wear like an OU shirt. But I'm fresh out of those.
And that's not really exaggerating too much. I remember one time when I lived in Kansas City, I went to an open call employment fair, and I wore a polo shirt and a pair of khakis, and I was really one of the few people in the room that had sleeves. Honest to God.
regional cultural thing.
Yeah. Cheapest Big Spender asks, do we really need to rename the channel since Joe is never here to let you know what's on her mind? That would imply that the show is named after her in the first place. There was a solid 6 years of What's on Joe Mind before Joe Colton was a part of it. So no, the name of the show is just a bad pun. Has nothing to do with Joe Colton. We're not naming anything at this point. We've been doing this for almost 13 years. You want to call us something else? Call us something else. We're What's on Joe Mind. Just don't call us late for dinner.
It was a placeholder like Cobra La or West Coast Avengers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. We are the second most popular placeholder name in G.I. Joe lore. So anyways, Total Hacks on Kickstarter. Check it out and pledge before October 22. That tied it up, right?
Sure.
Next news item.
Do.
Hey, our friends at Renegade Game Studios were busy last week. They had one of their online events that absolutely slipped past me. That's what happens sometimes when you work overnights. You just miss everything. But while there, they did release a Standy Pack for the G.I. Joe role-playing game. Basically, it's little game pieces that you can use when you're mapping for the tabletop role-playing game. It's also got character cards with the statistics for various player characters and vehicles and what have you. Oh, you can see right there. It features 338 G.I. Joe RPG cardboard standee characters. 338. That is, I hope
that's a lot.
Right. I hope they come in a bag.
Yeah. That's getting pretty deep into the roster if those are all individual characters. I mean, you're getting down to Skidmark and Tiger Force Crystal Ball or something.
Each full-color character may represent an enemy, threat, or other character controlled by the game master for players to interact with. Includes heroes, threats, and vehicles. Includes plastic bases for the standees. Well, that's nice. And then perfect for a 1-inch grid for use with the G.I. Joe role-playing game or any Essence 20 game.
You know, if they have one for the law, I'll get it.
Brian Sauer, your odds on them including the law?
Very slim. I would say maybe 1 in 338.
I think that's a little high.
Yeah. I don't know. I was going to say, are we getting 336 versions of Snake Eyes in different colors? And
the others would do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If you had asked me before tonight to rattle off my top 338 G.I. Joe related characters, vehicles, and threats, I got to say I don't think the law is popping up in there.
Yeah.
It probably is tonight because of recency bias. But before tonight, I don't think so. I think law, but not the law. Unless the law is a threat because they're trying to wrongfully incarcerate. I don't know.
You think there's multiples of like Cobra Troopers or Bats or things like that? You know,
maybe. I mean,
I would think so. With that many, you would have to have some army building, right?
I would hope. Otherwise, it's just it makes for some lonely looking maps.
Well, in the graphic there, it looks like they've got multiples of somebody.
Yeah. There's 3 of somebody in there. Yeah.
Anyways, 338 cardboard cutouts, 35 plastic bases. So there's going to be a lot of cardboard cutouts that are going to be relaxing. Anyways, you can head over to renegadegamestudios.com. You can pick this up for just $50, which is not bad for 338 individual pieces of art. Yeah. Anyways. Phil Donnelly notes, there's 3 bats in the example pick, so I'm guessing there's multiple troopers. So, okay. Thank you, Phil.
Nice.
Firefly says, the law is a threat if I throw it at your head. It's not.
It's substantial enough. It would cause some cranial damage.
No, I mean,
I feel like I don't want to make, Firefly's stickering of the law like a running gag. I'm not making fun of you, Firefly. We're making fun of the law.
right.
And if the FBI is listening, not the law,
Yeah.
but that law,
The laser artillery weapon.
that one.
Speak for yourself. But I don't know. I got a big head that's full of bones, so I don't know if the law would hurt. I don't know if I would consider that a threat. Anyhow, Brian, Brian Sauer, you in on the role playing game?
I actually am. Yeah, looking forward to doing a little playing over AR. Actually, we got a little demonstration of the games going on throughout the day of the show, and then we're talking about doing a little group event in one of the evenings. So, yeah.
I was going to say, because if you're holding out, if you're not sure. One thing that was also revealed at this Renegade event last week, now's the time to buy, right? You can get this G.I. Joe role-playing game bundle, retail price $172.50. You can get all this for just $90. That includes the core rulebook, the Emerald Weebele Adventure and GM screen. You get the Cobra Dice set. You can get the Cobra Dice bag. You get the PDFs of all that cool stuff, including the RPG Operation Spring Cleaning module. You can get the copy of the official character sheet in PDF. You get lots of stuff available to you that would normally cost big bucks. This is about a 50% savings. Again, if you head over to RenegadeGameStudios.com, all yours for $90 if you've been holding out on the G.I. Joe role-playing game.
It's a good starter pack.
Right. It's an excellent starter pack. 50%. Great googly moogly. Along the same lines, if you've been holding out on the deck building game, $80 will get you $120 worth of material. It's got the deck building game, the bonus pack number 1, the game Shadow of the Serpent expansion, and then a Shadow of the Serpent expansion bonus pack number 2. Then you got the Cold Snap expansion and the Cold Snap expansion bonus box 3. That's that's darn near everything they did for the deck building game the first 12 months it was on the market. Take a third of it off. Just right there. Start building your decks now. Jason Jensen notes, too bad I have all of it already. Sorry, man. Sorry. It always these bundle sales always hurt the dedicated fans that were just in it jump. But hey, we gotta get more people in the pool. So, and then of course, if Mission Critical in the tabletop game is more your speed, you can get this bundle for just $125, regularly $190. And that's Mission Critical, includes the Heavy Firepower expansion, Vehicle Pack number 1, Vehicle Pack number 2, Vehicle Pack number 3, and the Mission Critical Dice Pack, which is a bunch of 6-sided die that have little symbols on them. So, yeah. Big savings from our friends at Renegade Game Studios as they continue to roll out this very successful venture into the G.I. Joe property. Brian, you into any other games? Just the role-playing game.
Just the role playing game. I mean, I've got everything that they've put out and they did, throughout. But I've just only played the role playing game. Not, Unfortunately, my time's a little limited right now these days. couple little things going on, but there's December to play games.
Right. As the live chat begs for money, Justin Jeffrey says he'll let everybody know if they can help you out after tomorrow night's Powerball drawing. There you go. But so that's more from our friends at Renegade Game Studios. If you're interested in any of this stuff, now is the time. Holidays are a-coming. You got gifts to buy for that Joe fan that has everything.
Maybe they don't have this.
Right. Introduce them to some of these cool products from our good friends. Next news item. Hey, we got some comic previews dropped this afternoon. There's I think it's 7 pages of G.I. Joe 301, which is available in November, and 5 pages of Cobra Commander 1, which is available in January. Those are posted up at Skybound's website. So head over to skybound.com. Should be able to find those. If you can't, I'll try and get links up in the comments down below. Again, this happened this afternoon, so I added them last minute. So I apologize for not having that stuff available to you now. But you get to we had already seen a preview of 301. This added a couple extra pages to what we've already seen, and it's the first few pages of that Cobra Commander miniseries, which looks like it's going to get off to an interesting start. It looks like that particular character is in good hands. Rack time, Rob. Do you get a chance to see him? You're our senior comic.
I looked on the website, and unfortunately, the only related thing I found was the preview for Transformers issue 2.
You're a bum.
I looked; they weren't there.
Bum.
I saw them when Diana Davis shared them. Oh, there's Diana Davis in the chat right now.
She's woo-hoo.
So I thought they looked good. I thought they looked pretty good.
Yeah, I dug them. Again, we saw most of the G.I. Joe one already. Spoiler, it looks like they don't crash the C-130. Yeah, the plane with Duke and Wild Joe.
with everyone's favorite characters.
All those important Joes on there, they don't crash the plane. So yeah, there's those. Diana notes, link on her Facebook page. We have linked her Facebook page to our Facebook page if that's easier for you to find. You can find us on Facebook, What's on Joe Mind, etc., etc. And our link will take you to her link, and that'll take you to the preview. Of course, if you're Rob and you don't have any kind of social media, you're a bum.
Looks like I'm just going to have to buy the comics.
Oh.
That's so unlike me.
So, Brian's, how do you guys feel about
Yes.
that? What? Let's get your general thoughts. Don't try not to be spoilery if people have not seen those previews yet.
I'm excited for them. I mean, why not? Like when I glimpsed a couple pages of the Cobra Commander when I was cooking dinner, and that was really intriguing. I'm excited to see where that goes. And of course, hey, continuation of the storyline that's been going on for almost 40 years now. I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm especially happy to see the Larry series continuing. I think the art looks great. The interior art that we've seen is really sharp, and it's an art style that I just personally like. So I'm especially happy about that. The Cobra Commander series, I mean, it's an intriguing start. I may actually follow it. I'm always kind of on the fence about whether I follow like non-Larry Hama series. Some of them are kind of hit and miss. But as long as G.I. Joe doesn't become, the Transformers sidekick, I will give it a chance.
Right. I think that's always the thing I'm apprehensive of in these shared universe situations too. And I don't think IDW's was doing Joe any favor in that regard. So I hope it's a little bit more of an equal footing situation here with what Skybound's got on tap.
And I like it that they're doing it outside of the Hamaverse per se. I didn't really dig them trying to weave a little Transformers into the Hamaverse. I think the Hamaverse is good just on its own.
Yeah, I agree. And I as much as I love Larry Hama's work, I am very open to like a new take on it. and something that'll like continue forward and build a larger story. I'm very open to that. I just would like to see it done in a way that will grab an audience. And if we're in the same universe as Transformers, I just don't want G.I. Joe to play second fiddle to the robots.
Right. Certainly not all the time, at any rate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I share your guys' sentiment there. But next news item. Earlier, I guess this was end of last week. Walmart had a preview for their CollectorCon event for the fall. We got to see some sneak preview images. I don't know how sneak preview they are when they just throw them up on their website for everybody to see. But we do see the 3 characters that are going to be available to buyers come this Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Of course, Parth Wolf Spider Varma, Shadow Tracker, and Night Force Tunnel Rat. You can see them there on the screen. They are the 3 figures that were announced as the next bits of Walmart's exclusive Night Force and Friends line.
Sounds like you got a new comic book in the works there for Skybound, Night
Right.
Force and Friends.
Night Force and Friends. But gentlemen, your thoughts here. Brian Sauer, we'll start with you. You're our guest.
Yeah, I can't wait to collect the pre-order for this and then wait and see if I actually win the lottery and they ship. So yeah, this will be an interesting it's roulette with Walmart. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I dig the figures. I think they're great additions, and glad to see that we're getting a new character. Wish that this character was an unmasked character, so we had a little more, I don't know, personalization to him. But I get it. But no, I would be very excited if they would be something that would like ship this year.
Brian Lower.
I've been one of the people who's said I want to see new characters. But tonight I am feeling rather curmudgeonly in that the one that I really want is the repaint. I'm a sucker for Night Force and Tunnel Rat. So, all right, fine. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in my ways. I'm set in my ways. I'm an old man. And I'll take my Night Force Tunnel Rat.
I'm in. I'm going to be the different one since we've got one Wolf Spider, one Night Force Tunnel. I'm going to be the one in for Shadow Tracker. Like that's the one I think I'm ordering out of this one.
Yeah, I have to agree on that one. He's the only one that's interesting to me out of that bunch. He was cool when they dropped him on us in Pursuit of Cobra. So I think the chance to do kind of an ultimate version of that figure is pretty neat for this. There's a lot of details that I think this bigger scale is going to do some favors there. Night Force Tunnel Rat hits me as I mean, he looks cool and all, but that just hits me as totally redundant, right? Like, isn't Tunnel Rat's whole thing to hide
crawl around in the dark?
Yeah,
isn't that his whole deal?
Yeah, but there was a vintage Night Force Tunnel Rat, which was also a repaint. So it's tradition,
I guess. And then there's Parth Wolf Spider Varma. Look, it's okay. I do want to get behind the new character, but he's kind of a dud. He's kind of generic looking. It's just kind of a collection of. He almost looks like the 94 Beachhead classified version, and we don't need that. I don't know. I'm just kind of nonplussed. Maybe it'd be different if I see him in hand or see better pictures, but
But he comes with a string. I mean, a rope.
Is it rope or is that an antenna?
I think it's the antenna of the communication backpack.
No, that's the antenna, but it actually supposedly comes with the length of string. Rope. Yeah.
He has string. I'm in.
Yes.
I'm definitely in for Shadow Tracker. leaning more towards not on the other two, but we'll see how I'm feeling that day, I guess. I got
Walmart will allow you to have these.
right.
They grant you.
To Walmart's credit, I think I'm the only member of our cast, our regular cast, that has not been stung by Walmart yet. So knock on wood. And you really Target's been okay too. Knock on wood. So, I can't really complain personally. In those other past, I wish they would get these things right for everybody. God forbid. But I'm not in the Rob Irizarry Hall of Fame for receiving empty boxes from Walmart. Anyways, moving on. Next news item. Little tidbit, Super 7 announced that they will have a panel this Friday at New York Comic Con. That is on Friday. That is at 12:15 Eastern Time, just afternoon. That panel is going to include Emily Bader, Aaron Island, Brian Flynn, and Michael Goulin. I know Brian Flynn is the guy in charge at Super 7. Emily is, of course, Emily, who we've gotten to know from the classified stuff. So there should be something big going on there. I hope we get some more details about that big Cobra flying carrier thing.
I believe Brian Flynn at Toy Fair said that, they were saving most of the details for Comic-Con. So we should get to see the inside.
Good deal.
And maybe a price. We haven't gotten a price on that yet, have we?
No, we haven't gotten a price yet either.
What would you say is what's your guess on that, Brian? What do you think that one's going to?
Oh man, I'm guessing that's coming in around $4.99.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not very good at prices right, so we'll see. But I want it to be cheaper. I'd love it to be cheaper. I'd love to see it come out at $99. Let's mimic, little history there with the flag.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out for you.
Yeah, no.
I'm thinking somewhere in between, but we will certainly we'll replay this segment and with Price is Right sound effects if you go over.
There you go.
Brian Lower, what do you think they're going to charge us on that big flying Cobra ship?
$1. $1.
All right. So clearly he thinks you overbid. Rack time, Rob?
Well, apparently the rumor's 500. I'm hoping that's not right. That doesn't look like 500 to me. When you consider the gigantic cat's lair was, 6?
Right. If it is 500, that makes Brian's $4.99 guess really tough to beat. So,
Yeah. I'm out. I totally lost that one.
Seat there. I heard 500 too. I can't, it looks like a big hollow thing. I just can't see it being quite that expensive, but I could see 400.
I don't know. I hope it comes with those trouble bubbles that they're showing off too. It needs to be more than just.
I think it does.
Yeah.
Right.
and a secret compartment with $300 cash in it.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Right. Live chat is chiming in with their own guesses. Matthew Matz has got 500. Nomad's wandering 501, Bob. That was never good when the guy who went over got hit with the dollar over thing. Yeah, well, James,
Nomad's wandering really wants on the stage for Plinko.
With what they charge for reaction figures, probably 500. So, I mean, if that's the number that I don't want to say that number's been reported by a bunch of different outlets because they all got it from the same source. So it really 500 got said once and has just been repeated by everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're doing tiers to it. Maybe maybe it will be 500 right out of the gate, and then they'll use that cost to justify some of the tiers if they wind up having to produce them. So I don't know. Nomad's Wandering counters with no whammy. Wrong game.
Fun one though.
Good game, but wrong game.
Yeah.
But Dustin Jeffrey joining Brian Lower with $1. He's thinking that we're all over.
Yep.
But yeah, so if that thing came with figures, who do you think it would come with? Like, who haven't we seen in reaction that would justify that sort of exclusivity?
I'm hoping, of course, steroid popping Footloose. But
Right, because somebody's got to catch Destro as he is thrown from the craft by Bazooka, falling hundreds of feet, only to be harmlessly snatched out of the air by Footloose.
and then thrown to Roadblock, who throws him into a gaggle of dreadnoughts.
Right. But that's the part of it that we buy anyway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Footloose was he was the phys ed guy, so I whatever. He's probably stronger than we think he is.
Should come with a Televiper, or Televiper for every single seat. So what is there? 3 seats in there? No, there's more than that, but yeah, whole army of Televipers. Should come with a whole army, period, for that price.
If it's $500, you get at least a couple of figures in there. Jesus, 4, 5, 6 of them. Jeff Butler goes with Mr. C for the wrong stuff. That would be a good exclusive. So you could throw it out there, and good for Jeff Butler for being up for the task. Any last words on big Super 7 Flying Cobra thing?
Now that I think of it, I do know somebody who's going to be there. I wonder if he's going to go to that panel. I'll check. I'll see if I can get a man on the street.
There you go.
All right. Now we're doing things.
How many is a gaggle of dreadnoughts, technically speaking?
Well, it was 85, so 3.
Official designation of a gaggle. 3+. And of course, Torpedo Mike doing us proud. Tiger Force toll booth, damn it.
He's going to be in this jail cell.
Such a big part of the show, toll booth. I think he set a record for most times being mentioned by name without having a speaking line. How many episodes of the old Sunday show? Oh, bring up the bridge layer, toll booth, and they just see him drive up and throw the bridge down, and that'd be it. Anyway. Oh. Next news item.
Do.
I'm so very tired. It looks like it. Remember to catch the 3D or G.I. Joe 3D printing podcast, which proudly presents Chunky Tank Kitty and his Meowler Tank for all of your upcoming Chunky Tank Kitty and Meowler Tank news, as well as good stuff about 3D printing for G.I. Joes. Go figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take a minute here. We'll stop in with our good friends at Kokomo Toys. We'll be back for the main event. Stay with us.
We buy, sell, and trade vintage and modern toys. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, DC, and more. Located in beautiful downtown Kokomo, Indiana, we are open every Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 5. It's a theme park of nostalgia. Join the thousands of people who have traveled from all over the Midwest for over a decade to buy and sell with us. Get your geek on.
Uh-oh.
We lost one.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Wasn't picking up.
He was headed out to Kokomo Toys.
Yeah.
I had to go.
It's that good of an ad.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an actual theme park of nostalgia. If they try to get you into like a Ferris wheel situation, don't do it. Just turn and walk the other way.
Ferris wheel situation.
Don't trust them on that. Just
The Hall of Mirrors is that way?
yeah, trust the toy part. Don't trust the theme park part.
Okay.
They don't
Good advice.
do that.
I think Todd put the stuff together himself.
The Carney.
He may have been hopped up on donuts that were at some point supplied.
Yeah, I was really enjoying their Haunted Mansion ride until I realized they didn't have one.
Right.
Yeah.
It's always the moment where it gets shocking.
He just had the kids standing in the corner with sheets over their heads going, boo! Blah!
So, anyways, earlier in the show, we did mention Phil Donnelly says soda can label to the camera. Phil wants to
sorry. I don't think they're a sponsor this year. So, no, unfortunately, they get the tape over the logo.
Okay, there you go.
That'll learn him.
Yeah.
Take that, Phil. You chew on that. You drink that soda. Poor Phil. He's getting the business. He's not even on this week.
Well,
he's here supporting us, and we're giving him the business.
That's what he gets for his pantsless escapades.
Right. Now remember, if you catch us on Facebook tonight, be sure to give us a thumbs up or a heart or a little huggy guy, something like that. We love little huggy guy. Even if you give us an angry face, that's okay, because all those reactions do is get the algorithms moving for us. If you're catching us here on YouTube, thank you. That is where you can help us the most, by watching us on YouTube. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. About 30% of you every week still don't subscribe. That is nuts. Just subscribe, for God's sake.
I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. I'm just saying.
Right. Brian, Hooded Cobra Commander 788 making veiled threats.
I'm not saying something bad's going to happen to you.
But there may be a direct correlation.
I mean, you didn't hear that from me. You saw my mouth was not moving when those words were presented. For once, I am innocent.
He's not stopping it, though.
No, I'm not. No, what? Phil says, you can't drop me from the screen this time, even though I... Oh, there he goes.
Did you just put him in timeout?
I did.
Oh, my God.
No, I just dropped him from the screen. I wouldn't
okay.
time out for no reason. What do you think this is? The Eternal Baseball Podcast? Come on.
Yeah.
Diana Davis says, should I make Cookie Monster an account so he can subscribe? Cookie Monster, of course, is Diana's cat. I would say yes.
Yes, of course.
This is a prudent course of action. By all means, make one for each of your animals.
Also, I hope Cookie Monster feels better. Get well soon, Cookie Monster.
Yes, and of course, be sure to give a thumbs up to each video as they are posted.
He doesn't get an account. I've seen what he does with it. He's banned.
Right.
He's watching weird stuff.
Yeah, people watch funny cat videos on YouTube. You don't want to know what the cats watch.
Yeah, Alice was just plugged into Benny Hill, but they're all speaking French. French dubbed Benny Hill. That's no good. Matt Rubin says, loophole of the century. Hasbro can't produce Hooded Cobra Commander figures, but they can make veiled Cobra Commander figures.
There you go. There you go. Problem solved.
Just throw him out there. He's got this frilly face. Yeah, sure.
He'll come with 7 of them.
To do the dance of the veils. That's yes.
Torpedo Mike asks, can cats leave a thumbs up without having any? I would say that Mark's cat has several thumbs.
Yeah.
So anyhow, getting back to the point, God forbid, it's only been an hour and 14 minutes before we make you get to our, or we make you sit through before our main event.
We've buried the lead.
Yeah.
It's like every week. Brian Sauer is with us because we have a great show coming up in Des Moines, Iowa, called Assembly Required. This is the 12th time they're doing it. He's been on the show to talk about it before. He's got some great stuff going this year. Brian.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say, really. You said it all. 12th year of doing Assembly Required, which is a little show that started as a conversation between two Joe fans and has now turned into a multi-day, I guess we can call it multi-day, a Friday evening and a Saturday all-day event, and continue to grow and build and expand on what we've done, and kind of try not to lose any of the heart that we started with doing it as being a kind of a real fan-centric event.
Does it count as a 2-day event if nobody remembers that first night?
Well, that would be 3 if they would remember that first night. It seems like everybody's now coming in on Thursdays and having that free night of debauchery and stuff, and then they could sleep in and still catch the show on Friday. So there is unofficially it's almost a 4-day event. Officially, we just responsible for a day and a half of entertainment.
Des Moines is for lovers, after all.
It is. You can go find all the things to love that you want in the streets of Des Moines.
It's a Quinn Martin production. All right.
I keep thinking of that Saturday Night Live sketch, those characters that Will Ferrell and Rachel Dratch used to do, where they're always in the hot tub.
Oh yeah.
My lover. All takes place in Des Moines. Now we know.
Now we know.
Now we know.
Enough, so did the Continental.
And knowing is half the battle.
Oh yeah.
But so it is taking place November 3rd and 4th. As I've got on my panel here, the one thing I've got for it, special convention hotel rates end October 22nd. So if you are on the fence,
just say, well, we kind of missed out on that. Sold out, actually.
Ooh.
So at least the special rates are sold out. I don't think the hotel itself is sold out, but as far as what we were able to obtain at the rate, that's being gone.
Man,
so,
Shevitz. Oh well.
Yeah. Shouldn't wait.
It just speaks to the success of the show.
I hope we didn't send anybody your way last week that was expecting to find a discount hotel rate. That's all.
Yeah. No, it was actually, I've gone back to them a few times and had to try to and got them to add more rooms. But they're like, we can't do any more for you. So good news is we'll start at this number for next year and add more.
Do you need a Brian Lower to maybe cruise in and threaten them too?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't threaten them. I'm not going to say anything bad's going to happen. I'm not saying anything bad.
But, people slip and fall. That's all I'm saying.
But you're not saying that bad isn't going to happen.
I really don't. People at the hotel, I don't want this to be misinterpreted. I'm not actually threatening anybody. I swear. I can just see this all being taken out of context and put in a very, very bad light.
Right.
We'll see how the conversations go.
Brian, your room suddenly becomes a tent in the parking lot.
Yeah. Look. All I'm saying is I can't guarantee your safety. That's all I'm saying.
You're not wrong.
A black and white printout of this screen. Do not allow these men in the hotel.
It's happened before. It can happen again. Oh.
As Firefly says, you just don't want HCC to write your name on his illegal pad.
Oh, no.
The legal pad is bad enough. Man, that illegal pad.
It's contraband.
So it is. I stole it from my previous workplace.
What's it cost you to get into Assembly Required?
Well, we are charging for Friday Friday night's a special kind of VIP night, and it's $15 for Friday night. There's some exclusive things going on there. We're going to have a unique kind of raffle going on, some limited edition kind of stuff, one of a kind, one-off things that we've obtained over the last few months. But then Saturday, it's all free. It's we've maintained and worked with who we can to try to keep the cost or the money flowing, and keep things going so that we can let anybody in the door on Saturday.
Excellent. Are pants optional?
They're recommended.
No.
Okay. All right. So optional but recommended.
Yes. So this is a family event. Most of the time, I'd be like, whatever you want to do. But we do have a couple things geared towards the kids. So
Kilts, moo-moos.
It's more for your protection than theirs, really. If you
Right.
Exactly. Kids are a resilient bunch, but sometimes those laws are sticky.
We have a question from Bart.
Who do I see there for hugs? Brian Sauer. Who does he see there for hugs?
Oh, looks like Hooded Cobra Commander for us.
There we go. We have our Huggy Bear.
There you go. I'll go ahead and make the coupon here. If you see either of the two Brians and you plug them before entry, that will save you 10% on that $0 entry fee.
There you go.
Right there.
You go.
And of course, the other important question that we strive to answer, so we'll get it out of the way early: is parking free?
Ooh, ouch! Unfortunately, you do have to pay for parking. There is metered and street parking. So, but there it is the city of Des Moines, and I can tell you they are not very diligent about going through and ticketing those meters. So you can take a chance. Take a chance.
Downtown on a Friday night and a Saturday, probably not ticketing meters.
You bring up a very good point about Friday night. I forgot about this. Friday night, there is a little concert going on, like really, literally half block up the street from us. Shania Twain is in town.
Okay.
And so, there'll be a little bit of a battle for, some spaces and things like that on that Friday night if you get there late. But other than that, all the Cowboys should be in the concert by 7:30. So by the time we wrap up with our stuff, we don't have much crossover.
There you go.
Until late night, we get in the bar. We'll see what happens. There could be some fun.
Dustin Jeffrey says he can't wait for HCC's thinly veiled threats to appear on an Absorbed In intro. Honestly, I look forward to that as well.
I've done it.
That will be something.
We've already got 5 or 6 of them that have not been shown yet that are ready to go. So
we're waiting on somebody to come back.
Right. So, anyways, we've got some. You put together some slides for us, Brian. What's up with Zartan here? What is he standing in the middle of?
Well, so the one thing we do is to help keep this free and keep this going. We do some merchandising, and what we've developed over the years are these gear kits, which are basically exclusives, artwork, some 3D printed items, and we like to make a diorama piece. And so this year we're making Zartan's cabin. And we're offering this in both a 6 and a 4-inch, which is the first time we've done that for our dioramas. Typically, they've all been 4-inch, but I did the math. I did the math, and I did the measurements, and looked at the budget. I did a lot of math. I'm still doing math, but yeah, we were able to get both up on the same press sheet and not really incur extra costs for the larger size. And so it all just kind of worked out that way that we were able to do a little bit of both. So Zartan's Swamp Cabin with the reveal. So right now, you're looking at the reveal portion of it.
Uh-oh.
So there's much more to come from that. And then I think the next one, and is that another interior shot there. Lovely laid wood floor.
That's
one more
rare occasion that Zartan can get the Dreadnoks to close the door so they don't heat the whole swamp.
right. Or cool.
Right. They're not paying
Yes.
for that.
That's right.
For that.
And
there's another.
There we go. And like I said, this is early, so there's a lot more that's going to be detailed that'll be going on here. So, and there's also chairs and a table that is included in this as well. And then, we also always throw in a little extra 3D printed stuff, some kind of fun Easter eggs and things in there as well. So.
Now that extra, the table and the chairs, are they 3D printed? Are they cardboard? What's the construction on them?
They are cardboard. Yeah, and actually the table has a reveal, and we're working on the chair reveal. So hopefully you get both the rustic and the tech look out of both of them. So been working hard making this paper do multiple things. And then the next slide I think is the exterior shot.
Yeah. Ooh.
So that's there's some handiwork there from Mark from Mark II Designs. There worked on those trees, the stumps, the pole or the logs there that hold up the tin roof, the battered tin roof, and everything. So a couple little things in there for people to discover on their own. But yeah, this is definitely setting up to be a pretty rigid, sturdy. A little bit elaborate set, love making these things in the past. I think we've done probably about a dozen at this point, and each one takes on a life of their own.
And with the Dreadnoks coming soon, you'll be able to recreate Breath Mint or Candyman.
Right.
You can even have Xandar hit somebody with a crocodile.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, yeah, just make a Xandar.
Right? Just as soon as Xandar comes out, he needs to come with a good medium-sized swinging croc. Not the big one that Croc-Master takes.
Yeah. We don't need Fiona, but
yeah, Fiona's a little big, but maybe medium-sized croc for swinging around and using as a blunt instrument. But and then of course we've got these guys too. What are these about here? The
Cold Slither. Yeah. Well, you can't do. We're doing a whole Dreadnoks theme this year, and we couldn't do it without a nod to Cold Slither in there. So,
right.
Yeah, we're working on a couple surprises with the Cold Slither theme, but yeah, basically, we got a rock poster, and we're gonna do the concert tour T-shirt, and we're gonna have the Cell Pop cards, these kind of cartoon inspired card backs with original file cards on the back as well. These are offered in the gear kit or are for sale separately. But yeah, just a lot of fun just to bring our interpretation of Cold Slither to the masses. And we've gotten the blessing of the creator of the guy who originally wrote the episode, Michael Charles Hill, as far as his thumbs up of approval for what we've been doing, which is pretty awesome since he was the one who wrote the cartoon and wrote the original song. So,
ooh.
That is very cool.
It is pretty cool. And I think I can say it break the news here that he will be in attendance this year. He will be showing up this year to talk and answer all our questions about Cold Slither, that episode, and his involvement with the G.I. Joe cartoon and even with the Transformers. So just a last minute ad that luckily we were able to work everything out, and we actually just figured that out this afternoon. So pretty excited to have him come and grace us with his presence and listen to him tell the old stories about what they went through in creating the cartoon.
That is very cool. Who did the art on these card backs?
That would be me. I actually end up doing almost all the art and design for everything. Whether you call it selfish or self-loathing, it is something I've taken on to do a lot of the illustrative creative. Travis helps out. Travis Weber helps out with ideas and giving a little encouragement here and there, throwing ideas around. He takes care of a lot of the 3D stuff and manufacturing and keeping me on track. So he really has a harder job than I do. And then my Chad Baker is the other guy who's copywriter. He's actually a longtime creative partner of mine from advertising days and stuff. And so we have a blast just going through and creating stuff and just kind of we're trying to one up each other as we go day by day, as adding more stuff to the schedule as we get closer and closer. Like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did this or that? So I think there's only 2 things that have been added to the list today. So
right, it's one of those where having run medium-sized show as well, I was always welcoming to these ideas a couple of weeks out, but then you hit a certain point and somebody says, hey, we could do this, and you just want to punch them.
Oh yeah. But the problem is
that's great. Where was this in July?
Yeah, me as the showrunner who keeps suggesting this stuff 2 days before the show and everything, like, but we don't have time to do this, but I want to do this. It's the internal battle all the time of like, no, we can do it. It's fine. It's in the budget.
We'll make it go.
It will be so worth it to do this. Yeah. Yeah. Those are the dreaded words. Those are the dreaded words all the time. But yeah. Now, for those showing up Friday's going to be our kind of mini celebration of Cold Slither, and Saturday will be our big celebration of all things Dreadnought.
Excellent. No truth to the rumor that you'll be flying in on a swamp fire.
No, but there may be a chameleon on the premise. So, chameleon rides. We won't finish that thought.
That's not the Chevy Chameleon, the pride of their minivan line. No, this is an actual swamp deer.
Yes,
Zartan rides around it. There we go.
All right. And then,
Chevy Chameleon line in there. I feel good about tonight. And of course, got a few guests on there. The Ron Wagner, he tends to make the trip every year because he's local.
Yeah, that's right. He walks the 3 blocks it takes to get to the event every year. He's the kind of guest we can afford, no problem.
Yeah, doesn't even need the hotel room. Yeah.
No, he doesn't. Although he does seem to want to take it all the time, but I don't know. But no, Ron's been great. Ron's an awesome friend. Great to get to know him over the years. He truly is floored every year by just the reception he gets from the fans, and that people still remember, as he says, the funny books that he drew back in the day and everything. So he's a real good guy and a lot of fun and pretty entertaining to have around.
Yeah, I remember meeting him he was at a Joe Con or 2, and he was, I think, I met him somewhere. It's somewhere along the way, and he was a pleasant guy. I didn't get to talk to him a whole lot, but he was fun to have around.
Yeah.
Let's see, where was it? Oh, so Josiah Alcorn says, so a Cold Slither behind the music.
That would be great.
Well, no, wait. The Joe on Joe podcast did that for Cobra Convergence a couple years ago. So
right,
there is a Cold Slither behind the music, which you should check out.
Right.
Oh, nice.
To joeonjoepodcast.com. Again, type in Cold Slither. It should come up for you, the search there, but it should be tagged for it. But it's there for you if you want to listen to it.
We were going to try a pop-up videos, but that's just taking way too long. Way too long to edit.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
It
Plus,
is.
you've got the specific machine to create those little bubbles.
Yeah. You mean me sitting there with my iPhone in front of the TV while I play it and throwing up popsicle sticks is not the same effect?
It is not close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Close.
I mean, that's what I would do, but
Yeah. And then
Josh Blaylock here.
Yeah. I had a great conversation with him. He was at Joe Fest, and I couldn't wait to bring him to Des Moines and give him his dues. Ha ha ha. But he's definitely been one of those who I've been eager to meet and to get his take on things. It's been years since he's been since Devil's Due, and those characters he's created and the work they've done is really just kind of taken on its own life and has really, become a legacy. So it'd be really cool to get his take on that.
All right. And that's all the slides you sent me there, Brian. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Oh man, there's so many things to do. There's the customs contest. Pretty cool this year. Actually, this is crazy. T-Mobile is actually going to be sponsoring our custom contest.
Oh wow!
So which is allowing us to do some better prizes and things like that. So the custom contest seriously just took a giant leap forward in its prominence, and anybody who's showing up, I think we've got a limit of 5 customs to enter, and in 3 categories. Technically, it's 2 adult categories and 1 child category, but 3 categories. Nobody's checking IDs, right? But so the customs contest should be pretty cool this year. And then obviously we are doing our cartoons and cereal Saturday morning, 9 a.m. before the show. So come by and snack on some cereal. Maybe there might be some chocolate donuts there. There might be some grape juice there, grape soda hanging out there. But there's going to be a few things.
Josiah Elkhorn asks, will it be all Dreadnought episodes during the cereal hour?
Absolutely. Nothing but the best Dreadnought episodes too. So,
and Brian Lower, you'll be checking IDs, right?
I mean,
will bad happen?
I assumed that
the people trying to fake off IDs.
Yeah, well, I assumed that I was supposed to be there as a bouncer. That was my understanding.
He's
Mr. Fix-It.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. No problem. I'll take care of it. Don't even worry about how I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. Just don't worry about it.
I didn't ask. So
yeah.
I
better not.
It's just it's just handled.
It's handled.
If he's Kurt, he'll apologize.
Yeah. Military discount.
Nomad's Wandering says limit 5 entries across categories. Bart asking military discount on a free show. So
yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Right. It's free on Saturday. So 100% off with military discount. Very idea. You pay nothing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. What else do we have? We have the kids activities where we give the kids a little adventure book to go around and to complete tasks and talk to people and come back and collect their rations that they get. They get a little box with toys and comic books and things in that. It all fits with the theme and everything. So we want to make sure we keep the kids going and give them something to do, since they're toys after all. They can't be all just grown men playing with action figures.
Well, a little sad.
Yeah. Oh no, I think I'm losing my my headphones here. Hold on one.
second. I think you can still hear me.
Yeah,
All right. Sorry about that. I outlasted my iPods.
that's all right. That's
So
it's added a luxurious baritone undertone to your voice.
there you
So
go.
Now we can use you to announce soft jazz.
Oh,
Tonight on the Night Breeze.
yes. So what else was there going on there? Customs contests. Renegades. We were talking about, you had talk about Renegades a little earlier. They sent us a box of goodies to demo and play with. There's a local gaming company called Dealt Hand in Des Moines that will be going through, very much like last year, running through small games, mini games, getting people introduced to the product and showing them how to play. So that will be something fun this year. And then I think, am I missing anything important? Oh, well, Friday night, obviously the VIP entry, get in early. And then there's a Friday night dinner, which tickets are almost sold out for. But this was just a kind of the gathering for all the regulars. We used to all get together and go and try to crowd into a restaurant, and that got to be too much. And so we decided to go ahead and do the buffet style dinner and get a place location. And the easiest way to do it is just to ticket the event, and everybody, all 65 closest friends or first ones to show up with $40 gets in. So
right.
Yeah,
All I'm saying is, for $40, you better have those mini quiche.
Oh, I think we're gonna have some gator this year.
Oh, excellent.
I think we're gonna stick within theme for the food this year. So yeah.
Good. Get some gator, some chocolate donuts, and some grape soda.
That's it. That's all you get for your $40.
They're really good donuts, though.
Everybody's gonna be handed a sleeve of Hostess chocolate donuts, and
for $40, we should get Entenmann's. That's something.
No, but dinner will be fun. We usually do some pretty cool handout giveaways for dinner. So there's something pretty special planned for dinner this year. So that's about all I can say about that right now. But it's definitely worth the price of entry. So yeah. Trying to think of what else there is. I can tell you that, with the sales of the merchandise that we do, the t-shirts and the cards and the gear kits and all that kind of stuff, that helps keep the door free and pay for everything going on. Try not to gouge the vendors or, take money out of the pockets of the people who come in to spend the money and stuff like that. So we look at trying to, pawn our wares and keep the show going that way. But yeah, sponsors help. I mean, that's kind of fun with having Renegade and T-Mobile being a part of this, and that support that way it helps us out a lot.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Rachel Salinas asked if she can get Shania Twain to attend the show. Does she get a prize?
Yeah. Is Rachel going to attend?
If she's trying to get Shania Twain, I'm going to guess.
Oh yeah. I don't. It's been a question of whether or not we end up seeing some of her crew down there or not. So you never know. But yeah. If you bring Shania in, we can figure something out.
You make a place.
Yes, absolutely.
Greg Augustin asks, are there speaker panels?
They certainly are. There certainly is. D-Class will be doing a panel on history of Dreadnoughts and a little backstory on them. And then Josh Braylock.
Classified for those who are not familiar with the parlance.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm so used to. Yeah. Josh is going to be doing a panel talking about his Devil's Due Time and giving us some background history on some of the characters he created. And then I think we're going to have Michael go through and talk about specifically going through the Cold Slither episode, talking about what was the original idea, what changed, how things came about, and just what made that infamous episode so cool.
Excellent. Sounds like a good day at the office if you're into GI Joe right there.
Definitely. Saturday is packed full of stuff to do, and so yeah, it's definitely we try to cram a lot into it. So hopefully we start expanding a little more on the Friday programming and get into maybe perhaps someday we'll grow up to a Sunday show too. So could you imagine 3 days in Des Moines?
Look, man, at least you're giving people things to do in Des Moines. So right. I mean, you're doing God's work, frankly. God's work.
Oh yeah. No, it seems like everybody's able to find evening activities to do because you go over to the East Village and you got Up Down and people are going to Zombie Burger on Saturday night and there's quite a bit of activity going on. It's not Des Moines anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No, Des Moines is we tease, but there's been something of a renaissance there over the last generation or so. People actually moved to Des Moines to have a good life and things like that now. So it's a much better place than it's got a reputation for. Jano Rodriguez asked, any online coverage? Are you broadcasting? Do you have a home on YouTube for any of this stuff? Any of the panels? Anything else that's going on?
Not as we know of right now. There will be. I am working on getting somebody to cover the show, but we won't do a live broadcast of it. We'll probably end up doing a recap video. But yeah, no live online unless somebody's stepping up and wants to bootleg the whole show. I'm fine with that. So, but no, right now nothing official.
I mean, bootlegging is a strong word because that may tick into the impromptu security team into action down there.
My security team was going to be doing the bootlegging, so I don't think it'll be a problem.
Can't have anybody interrupting your bootleg.
Right.
I wasn't sure that I was going until late this afternoon, so I can't say that I have plans, but since I will be there, maybe I can do something.
Absolutely. Oh, you're more than welcome to do that. That'd be awesome. Honestly, we are very much about about the community and about doing the community event and having the community participate as much as they can throughout the whole thing. This isn't just like some show that I decided that I really need to do all the time. This was something that was really honestly, it's community building. It's for us as collectors to get to know each other, to not fight over exclusives, and to really enjoy all aspects of the Joe community.
That's one of the things that I like about it. At minimum, I will do a video. I'll at least do a walkthrough and get some footage. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to doing. But it's a great show. When I thought I wasn't going to be able to go, I was very disappointed. But I went ahead and did the irresponsible thing, and I will be there. But for those who have gone to other GI Joe shows and maybe haven't been to this one, it is its own vibe. It feels very inclusive. It feels very, GI Joe focused. And I would really encourage anyone who's thinking about it to give it a try. I would really like to make it a regular thing every year. I'd like to always be there. I've never had a bad time there. It's I'm really thrilled to be able to be there, and I don't know how to explain it, but it's its own feel. It's got its own feel, its own personality, its own attitude, and I love it. So I'm thrilled to be there, and come and have your picture taken with me, you throngs of fans. Come on, let's go.
Tons of photo opportunities all around.
Right. Brian will waive his fee for hugs.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Free hugs.
So while live chat is thinking of a couple last questions before we wrap up, I did want to take a second. We did have a custom sent in to us. This is from Jason Jensen, who is in the live chat tonight. This is a classified Valkyrie officer, which is labeled as a lazy bastard custom. I have to correct that because he's clearly painted something.
Yeah.
That is outside of the parameters of what we consider lazy bastard custom. That is skill. And so we can't undersell that. So good job, Jason. We appreciate you send that in to us. Again, we'll do this all the time. If you guys want to send us customs, what's on Joe Mind at gmail.com is the address for everything. Just make sure you put something in the subject line like customs for the show or something like that. Just give me a heads up. Help me out. Help me out here. And then, of course, showing up tonight on the What's on Joe Mind swag store on TeePublic, because they're doing one of their crazy sales. We have a new T-shirt design available at long last because Aaron Dietrich demanded it. Damn, it's up right now. Go get your. You might get it in time to get to assembly required and plug the damn show. It is right there for you on TeePublic. I think $16 for a T-shirt. You can get pins, you can get a coffee mug, you can get all kinds of stuff with plug the damn show on it. Finally, I figured out a way to make that both humorous and censorable. So there you go. It's there for you. Please go buy our shirts. Matt Rubin, of course, must buy our shirts.
Yep.
I can't keep up with all the Hasbro pre-order shipping early, and you're adding more I mean, look, that's what we do here. It's a tough world.
I will buy shirts. I need more formal wear. So
right. Firefly says, I can tell you're from the Midwest when the term plug and outlet are interchangeable. Look, when I was designing this, I knew that was something I tried not to do. But that outlet was just too good to, like, it's asking you to plug the damn show, and so I figured putting the outlet in place of the letter A there was a better joke, right? I'm not calling the outlet a plug. That's a place you would put the plug. Joe Fan 84 says, I want the Nugget T-shirt. Well, it's there for you, man. Go get it. Go get it. It's there. It's on sale, 35% off. Get yourself a Staff Sergeant C-Nug shirt. Anyways. What else we got? Oh, no, nothing else for this week. So there we go. We're coming up on the end of our 2 hours, so let's roll right into shout-outs. We'll start with you, Brian Sauer. You're our special guest. You're the guy. Shout out. Any special nods you want to give, perhaps to the assembly required team?
Yeah, definitely to the assembly required crew: Travis, Chad, Dak, David, Steve, Alex, Malachi. I'm trying to think of anybody else that I'm forgetting about. I don't think that's the core crew right now. That's the team that makes it go. So yeah, them, and shout out to anybody who's going to show up.
You really got to praise Travis. It's going to go straight to his head.
Well, I know. He's pretty heavy with that ego. So yeah. But
all right.
Yeah.
Who else you got, Brian?
Oh, let me think. Who else should I plug on this show? Well, let's plug Skeletron and let's plug Longbow. Those guys have been great big supporters of the show. They're going to be showing up at AR, and
they will be
in force.
They will probably be eschewing the pants option.
Yeah, maybe they could be. So
yeah, I don't see them conforming to the company line.
No, not really. So yeah, I mean, I don't know
those guys.
Yeah, that's a bad crowd you've fallen in with, Brian Sauer. Bad crowd.
It is.
Brian Lower, you're our guest host. Who are you shouting out to?
Well, assembly required. Remember that in Des Moines, the S's are silent. So I will shout out Brian Hour, who is above me, and my cat, Alistair, who had to appear on the show, and to my girlfriend, Marianne, who will not be going with me. So I withdraw those shout outs other than Mr. Hour.
But with that, besides your cat, if the S's are silent, your cat is Alice.
That's right. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's better than most of the things I call him.
Right. a liter, a light.
Yeah, there are no S's in most of the words I call him.
Anyways, we could stretch that bit out for another hour, but I'll cut it off there.
Yeah. Let's go.
Ragtime Rob, who we shouting out to?
Hey, shout out to the two Bryans for coming in tonight. Thank you very much. Shout out, of course, to the studio audience. Thanks again for tuning in. Shout out to Daniel Warren Johnson for writing a good Transformers comic book.
That doesn't happen too actually, you know what? I'm too harsh.
Yeah.
They've been pretty good. They've just, I think Transformers has fallen into a trap in recent years of just being a lot of talk.
They have not been my cup of tea generally ever.
Right. It's a lot of talk for something that's supposed to be two different groups of robots fighting.
Yeah. And but no, this is this seems like it's. I enjoy Transformers, but this seems to be kind of like up my alley. Instead, from back in the Marvel days, I was kind of like, these comics aren't great, but this I like so far.
And what else you got, Ragtime Rob?
That's it.
Okay, I'll give a shout out to our co-hostess with the co-hostess, still out on maternity, Joe Colton. To our absent co-host, Mark Weber. Miss both of you. Of course, to Brian and Brian for joining us tonight. Another round of applause. To Alistair, the real star of the show. Give a shout out to our wonderful friends and sponsors at Kokomo Toys. Real quick, let's sing the theme song. Kokomo
Toys. Like Kokomo Toys.
Kokomo Toys.
I'm Brian, you're out.
Wow. See, now he's going to wander away again.
He's just going to trail off. And of course, you folks at home, we thank you for joining us this and every week on Tuesday at 9:05 here on the Superstation WOJM. If you're catching us on Facebook one last time, by all means, give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a little huggy guy. Here on YouTube, give us a like for the video, give us a subscription for the channel or subscription to the channel, and do all the cool YouTube stuff. Leave us a big boy comment down below. Check out our other social media in the box down there. If you have a couple of bucks laying around, by all means, maybe you'd like to consider being a monthly coffee supporter. One of our swear jarriers, as it will. Right now, that gets you in the credits at the end. We don't do a whole lot of hidden content. We don't like to. If we're going to make something, we're going to make it for everybody. So we'll figure out something to do for you folks at some point, I'm sure. But for now, it just gets you some recognition. And yeah, that's about it. That's what we got. Here, I was afraid we were going to fill. We weren't going to be able to fill 2 hours, and where are we at? Right at 2 hours.
Easy. Check your local listings for Chico and the Man and Riptide.
That's right. Tell us your favorite 70s/80s action show and why it's Chico and the Man in the comments down below. And, for my guest Brian Sauer, for my guest host Brian Lower, for my regular good for nothing host Ragtime Rob, I'm Mike Irizarry. Thanks for joining us here on What's on Joe Mind. We'll be back next Tuesday at 9:05 here on the Superstation after Major League Baseball, or I don't know, maybe AEW Dynamite. I'm not sure. We'll see. I don't know what the schedule is. They don't know what the schedule is.
They got nothing.
As our friend Vagon likes to say, stay safe, and if you can't, be careful. Have a great rest of the week. Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe.